Hello everybody, good morning. My name is Erica. I have cystic fibrosis. I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I'm 28 and I'm telling you about my childhood pets. Alright, so what are your childhood pets? Well, I had a dog, super normal. Her name was Elsa. I loved that dog. I forget what she was. She was a mixture of a bunch of things, but she was like a beautiful beige color, and I think she was like maybe a golden retriever. I don't know. She was all kinds of things. She was a mix of everything. So the weird pets that I had as a kid. So I lived super far up north in Denbigh, Ontario. It's a little town with like, I don't know, maybe there's 400 people, maybe 200, I don't know. There's barely anyone who lives there. There was, the nearest actual store was in Bancroft. We had to drive all the way to like Renfrew or Bancroft to get groceries, like 45 minutes away from where we live. So there was a pet, I had a pet deer, a baby deer. We named him Bambi. I guess, it's a super, super small community. Everyone knew everyone. This family had taken in a baby deer, and, it was basically the entire neighborhood's pet. This deer would wander into our lawn, like into our like closed gated area, and, it would come hang out with us. We would be playing outside with the deer, which is super weird and sounds a little redneck, but it was like great. And for some reason, this deer was obsessed with me. Me and this deer's favorite thing to do was eat ketchup chips together. So, which is the weirdest thing when you actually say it out loud. But yeah, so there was the deer. Eventually it got old. And once it gets the horns and the hormones, it kind of gets crazy. It was obsessed with me, so it tried to play with me or mount me, I'm not sure. But after that happened, my mom was like, nope, no more deer. This deer's got to go. So, since we're up north, there's like a lot of hunting and stuff. So this deer, we actually had to like spray paint orange on the side of it so that people understood that that was like a deer, that it was like a humanized deer. It wasn't just a deer, like, it'll come up to you and it will lick you and it wants pets. Anyway, so there's the deer. So dog, deer. Then we moved to Fenelon Falls, Ontario, and I had a pet seagull that I found in a field and tried to take care of, but my mom found it in my room, flipped out on me, and decided that I wasn't allowed to have a pet bird that had a broken wing. So she like was like, no, Erica, and I got in a ton of trouble. So then she like let it go outside, and then the next morning, I guess they didn't want to tell me, and they had found it dead in the ditch because some other animal had mauled it. So thanks, Mom, I could have saved that seagull. What else? I found a stray cat and brought it in my room, and then like I was feeding it and stuff, and then my mom found it, so I had to get rid of the stray cat. I had a tub of snakes. Where we lived, there was like a rock pit in our backyard, so like I got a bucket and I collected all the snakes and I brought all the snakes inside, and some of them got loose. Of course, I got in trouble for that. I feel so bad for my mom. What else? So we got the snakes, the seagull, the cat. I know there's so many more. But yeah, basically hamsters, a rabbit. We had a crazy hamster that would always get out peaches, and it would like maul you if you touched it. And somehow it got out all the time, even though the cage was completely like closed all the time. So then we ended up renaming it Houdini. What else? We had a cat, but my sister actually still has it. It's fairly old now. What else did I bring in the house? You know, I'm probably going to be sitting here thinking in this video, like, I know I brought a lot of weird animals home and took them inside without my mom knowing, and then my mom finding out. Oh, we had pet ducks. There was a female and a male duck that lived outside our house that we would feed every day. Unfortunately, how that stopped, a car hit one when it was crossing the street, which was like, oh, not good. So, yeah. The ducks was the coolest, though, because, like, they would come back every year, like, before the female died, but, like, those same ducks would always come back, and there was, like, a little, like, there's a culvert in our backyard, and, yeah, they would swim, and we'd feed them, and, yeah, it was awesome. Like, it was a really cool childhood, actually. And all of this, I know, would have never happened if I was diagnosed early, because there is no way my mom would have let me play in the mud or have a normal childhood if she knew that I was terminally ill. So in a way, not being diagnosed until I was 15 was like a godsend, because I would never have been allowed to do and get away with any of the things. I never would have lived the life that I lived. Yeah, and been able to play with all these dirty animals that probably had all kinds of bacteria all over them. I probably would have never, yeah, honestly, I am grateful that we lived in kind of a rural area and I never got diagnosed until I was older, because there's no way, I know my mom, there's no way that terminally ill Erica would be allowed to have any of these pets. Anyways, fast forward to now. I have 3 cats and a dog. And my husband says I can't have any more, and I'm respecting that. And he has to respect no more vehicles, because he has too many vehicles. So if he buys another vehicle, I'm buying another dog.